If you take an SSRI or if your child is on any sort of psych medication, you need to listen to this. Make America Healthy Again has put out an executive order. Some people are afraid that means that their medications are going to be just banned outright, but let me break down what this actually means. So it says, assess the prevalence and threat posed by the prescription of selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, antipsychotics, mood stabilizers, stimulants, and weight loss drugs. This executive order is really focusing on children first. So essentially what he's doing is saying that we're not going to look at how these medications are affecting children. We're only going to be studying the negative effects and the risks. He's very much a proponent of the fact that school violence is not caused by guns, it's caused by these medications, which is untrue because most of these people have not been on these medications. And in my years of doing child psychiatry, I will tell you that the only times I've ever seen homicidal ideation come from SSRIs is when, there was an underlying bipolar disorder. We put in the medication, they became some sort of psychotic, suicidal, or homicidal. In many cases, this is coming from trauma, some sort of like a systemic abuse, poverty, things like that, bullying. Antipsychotics can actually be life-saving for people who have homicidal ideation to prevent violence. But again, the only research they're looking at this is not looking at the overall effect. It's only looking at the negative effect. Therefore, we're going to be looking at a lot of propaganda coming out by the government saying that, hey, this is the cause of violence. This is the cause of the problem. They'll then have parents who are reluctant to put their kids on medication because there's going to be mass propaganda coming out after 100 days. And after 100 days, they're looking at putting forward a plan. We've heard a lot about wellness farms. To me, this is reminiscent of wilderness programs that kids are often put in. Oftentimes, traumatized kids or foster kids are put in these programs and forced to go outside and do, certain activities which are going to heal them. They don't get healed. They become further traumatized, and oftentimes there's very few regulations in these programs, and they end up abused within these programs. So the idea of having wellness farms and looking at food as healing, when oftentimes food is not enough, and that's why we move into the medications, that's when this becomes scary. This isn't adults first, this is children first.